Part 1: Introduction to Dangerous Goods. What are dangerous goods? Dangerous goods are goods posing a significant risk to health, safety, property, and the environment. In our case, this will be during transport. So, please remember, any goods which cause a danger or risk to someone's health, to someone's safety, to someone's property or commercial property, as well as the environment, we call these types of goods dangerous goods. There are other names for dangerous goods. You might hear hazardous chemical substances, hazardous materials, HAZCAM, as well as hazmat. Now, all of these terms mean the same thing. We are referring to dangerous goods. So, whether you hear someone talking about hazardous chemical substances, hazmat, or hazardous materials, they are all referring to dangerous goods. They mean the same thing. How do we identify dangerous goods? Dangerous goods will always be identified by a diamond-shaped label. You will find these on items, on different types of containers, on buildings, and on the vehicles that you will be transporting dangerous goods in as well. Let's look at an example. Here, we can see the diamond-shaped label on this package, indicating that this package contains dangerous goods. Here, we can see dangerous goods being stored. How do we know this? Because we can see the diamond-shaped label over here, meaning that these are dangerous goods. Now, due to the risk to health, safety, property, and the environment, dangerous goods must be regulated. Who are they regulated by? They are regulated by the NRTA, which is the National Road Traffic Act. What do they say? The National Road Traffic Act says that no person must, except as prescribed, offer for transportation in a vehicle, transport in a vehicle, or accept after transportation in, on, or by a vehicle, any prescribed dangerous goods. Now, who must identify dangerous goods? We call this person the consignor. This is the person who offers dangerous goods for transport in a vehicle. The person who accepts dangerous goods will be called the consignee. Please remember the difference: the consignor offers dangerous goods for transport, and the consignee accepts the dangerous goods after transportation in the vehicle. How do we classify dangerous goods? It all starts with SANS, the South African National Standards. The standard covers the identification and classification of dangerous goods for transport by road or by railway mode. The different ways we classify dangerous goods according to SANS are: by a UN number, by a proper shipping name, by a hazard class, which may include a subsidiary or secondary risk class, by a packing group. We will go through each of these individually to give you a better understanding. The first way we classify dangerous goods is by a UN number. What is a UN number? A UN number is a serial number consisting of 4 digits, assigned to dangerous goods by the United Nations Committee of Experts on the Transport of Dangerous Goods. These numbers range from 1 to 3506, though more may exist today. Single substances have their own UN number, whereas groups of chemicals may share a common UN number. Example: sodium hydroxide in its liquid state has a UN number of 1824. Here, we can see the 4-digit serial number, indicating it is a dangerous good. We know that this is a liquid because it is stored in a sealed container. Sodium hydroxide in its solid form, flakes, has a different UN number, 1823. Although it is the same product chemically, the state, solid versus liquid, can result in different UN numbers if their hazardous properties differ. The same chemical may have different UN numbers depending on its physical state. Always check the UN number for accurate identification. The second way we classify dangerous goods is by a proper shipping name. The proper shipping name is used in transport documentation, marking of packages, placarding of containers and vehicles. This ensures dangerous goods can be readily identified during transport. Example, the proper shipping name for enamel paint is paint, flammable. This description will appear on labels to clearly indicate the nature of the goods. You don't need to memorize all proper shipping names, but it's important to understand their role in identification. The third way we classify dangerous goods is by a hazard class. Dangerous goods are classified based on their primary hazard, which represents the most significant danger or risk. Standardized warning symbols or labels help identify these hazard classes. There are 9 hazard classes for dangerous goods, each representing a primary hazard. Example, oxygen has a primary hazard of non-flammable, non-toxic gas. This is represented by a diamond-shaped label, indicating it is a dangerous good. Subsidiary risk class. A subsidiary risk is the secondary danger associated with a substance. If the secondary hazard is significant, it warrants additional recognition. Example, for oxygen, the primary hazard is a non-flammable, non-toxic gas, but its subsidiary risk is oxidizer. On dangerous goods packages or placards, the primary hazard is indicated by the larger diamond-shaped label on the left. The subsidiary hazard is shown by a smaller diamond-shaped label on the right. Here is an example of a placard. For acetone methyl chloride, UN number is visible on the placard. The primary hazard, class 2.3, is shown on the larger diamond. The subsidiary hazard is indicated on the smaller diamond. The last way we classify dangerous goods is by a packing group. Packing groups indicate the degree of danger associated with the primary property of a substance. PG1, extreme danger. PG2, medium danger. PG3, minor or mild danger. These designations are shown on the packages themselves. Example, methanol is classified as PG1, meaning it is extremely dangerous. In contrast, diesel is PG3, indicating it is less dangerous, although it is still flammable. For corrosives, class 8, a higher concentration, example 80%, will typically fall under PG1 due to its extreme danger. Lower concentrations, example 20%, are classified as PG3. Special cases. If a packing group is marked as not applicable, the substance is automatically treated as PG1, extreme danger. For example, infectious substances are treated as PG1, meaning we will treat it as an extreme danger. Radioactive is the only class where packing groups work in reverse, because it is based on emission levels. PG1, low emissions. PG2, medium emissions. PG3, high emissions. Let's go over what we have learned. Dangerous goods are classified and regulated to minimize risks to health, safety, property, and the environment. They are identified by diamond-shaped labels, found on items, containers, buildings, and vehicles. They are regulated by the National Road Traffic Act, or the NRTA for short. We classify dangerous goods by UN numbers, which are 4-digit serial numbers assigned by the UN. By proper shipping names, which are descriptions used for transport documentation and labeling. By hazard classes, identifying primary and subsidiary risks through standardized labels. And lastly, By packing groups, indicating the degree of danger, PG1 means extreme, PG2 means medium, PG3 means minor. Remember, radioactives are the exception, with packing groups based on emission levels working in reverse.